want to ask how do like the actors respond to seeing a club or using a club for the first time or kettlebell on sets like this? Like, do they learn quickly, or are you surprised by what they're capable of doing in a small amount of time? Like, how is that?
First things first, you got to convince people, anybody, that what you're doing is valuable. First things first, you got to convince people, anybody, that what you're doing is valuable. And that's not really super hard with clubs. You can point directly to movements and fight scenes and go, there's that exact movement. And so when you're coaching through, you simply say, movement, this is what it is. And they start with a 15-pound club and they're always like, oh, this is going to be so easy. And then it annihilates them.
Yeah.
And then they very quickly go, oh my God, why have we not been doing this? It's not a long jump because everybody's looking to get the most work done in the least amount of time. If you work in the entertainment industry of any type, your days are really long. An 8-hour day literally does not exist. In LA, you're looking at a 13-hour camera day because there's a walk-away lunch. If you're shooting in Europe, which is why a lot of people shoot in Europe now, you get French hours, which means a 10-hour camera day, and you work through lunch. But that's not a 10-hour day. You still have to be there an hour ahead of time for makeup, 11 hours. You have to transport an hour on each side. Now you're at 13 hours. So now your workout needs to get into that 1 hour frame or an hour and a half frame if your actor is really committed. So now you're at 14 and a half hours for your day to get from portal to portal, which is an extraordinarily long period of time. So if you can show people something more valuable and it takes exactly 20 minutes, now you can get in an 8-minute warm-up of relevant, useful movement, a 2-minute transition, a 20-minute workout. Then you can stack on some kickers on the end, 10 minutes of exercises specifically designed to make you pretty. And then you can shove in 10 minutes to 20 minutes of cool down until somebody comes and takes them from you to the makeup trailer so that they can get ready for the rest of the day. So it's not hard once people do it 1 or 2 times. Because they instantly see that it's perfect for what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
It's really perfect for anything, but film almost always has violence in it because violence creates drama. So the better you get at learning to rotate every direction, the faster you learn how to do fight scenes. Fight scenes are hilarious because a lot of people come in, and if they're a martial artist, they have a strong lead side, but you can't have a strong lead side if you're training for this type of thing because you don't know where the camera has to be. So if you're only good at one side and you can't instantly flip everything to the other side, you are a problem and you are costing everybody money because people have to sit around and wait for you to learn something. And that means 200 people could be standing around waiting for you to figure something out, which is not positive. So getting better at doing clubs makes you better at everything very, very quickly. And people see the value in that pretty fast.
Yeah. Would you always have clubs, maces, and kettlebells, or would you throw in Bulgarian bag? Like, what would be like your go-to all the time? Like, what would...
It's always club and kettlebell. Club and kettlebell will fit in any vehicle. Mace, if you have a vehicle where you can shove a big long bar into it. But if you're transiting through urban areas, whatever car the actor has, a kettlebell and a club will always fit inside of it. So you can take them wherever they go. Maces come after that. Bulgarian bag, I don't bother dragging around at all. Why? I don't know why. Because Bulgarian bags weigh a lot. And so now you're back to occupying a ton of space and everything else. We now use adjustable kettlebells. We have a Wildman adjustable kettlebell from Bells of Steel. So you get 41 weights in one weight. So if you have 2 kettlebells, you now have access to 82 weights, which you wouldn't even be able to put in a box truck and drag around with you. So we're always getting more and more and more efficient. That is primary. So kettlebells and clubs, you have a ton of stuff. And then if you're occasionally going past a hotel with a good gym in it, or you have a gym trailer on set or something, then you can throw in some other stuff. But your core stuff is always kettlebells and clubs because they're the perfect complement to each other.